I believe I posted, there's 56, you can Google this easy, 56,000 per year emergency visits due to Tylenol. We have always known that Tylenol, if taken a lot, guys, I'm not saying just you take Tylenol when you really need it for a fever, things like that, but that it does kill the liver. That's been a known fact for a long time. But yes, people found this in 2017. We actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. Thank you for taking the time to voice your concerns today.
Renegade Online.
They found a link to women taking Tylenol while they're pregnant to a rise in autism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I did. Okay. So like this is kind of like RFK's thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it led to an very increased risk in autism if you took Tylenol while pregnant.
So and now we've got, and I don't even know if I had so many things saved today from this ICE issue. Are pregnant women doing a Tylenol challenge on TikTok?
Multiple people are. Honestly,
this?
I knew that there was going to be some type of pushback on TikTok, maybe. And like that night, I went to TikTok to see, and that night there weren't as many as there are now, but there were still some, including, like, from what I saw, just a couple of pregnant women doing it. But there were people that weren't pregnant, that were just taking Tylenol just to spite Trump. But now you see more pregnant women doing it. You see more pregnant women going out there taking Tylenol, saying, like, I don't care. The orange man's not going to tell me what to do. I'll believe my doctor, my OB. But yeah, they're taking Tylenol.
I wish Trump would come out tomorrow and tell all the liberals that he believes that men can be women. We would end so many problems by Tuesday next week, because everything that Trump says, these people will do the opposite no matter what it is.
Well, and I can pull up some videos next, but people went back and found that on the official Tylenol account, which, by the way, the left now, the left, even Jimmy Kimmel even brought up Tylenol last night. They're very angry about this.
Yeah.
Tylenol, people overdose on Tylenol every year. I believe I posted, there's 56, you can Google this easy, 56,000 per year emergency visits due to Tylenol. We have always known that Tylenol, if taken a lot, guys, I'm not saying just you take Tylenol when you really need it for a fever, things like that, but that it does kill the liver. That's been a known fact for a long time. But yes, people found this in 2017. We actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. Thank you for taking the time to voice your concerns today. But I can pull up, because again, Steph's the one who brought it to my attention.
Yeah, go for it.
There are all kinds of, here, I'll find one that I
saw somebody had posted like a panel of, there was 4 or 5 things the official Tylenol account had said over the years about it's not recommended during pregnancy, not recommended during pregnancy. So I didn't understand what the
Consult
outrage
your doctor.
was.
It even says it on the Tylenol bottle. Consult your doctor. And it's not like Trump said, stop, do not take Tylenol at all. He says, limit your Tylenol intake. If you don't need to take it, if you don't need it, if it's not medically necessary, maybe you can tough it out, which is totally fine to say, right? Yeah. In my mind, women, when they are pregnant, they are already limiting intake of certain things that they can eat while pregnant. Limit caffeine. Don't drink soda. Limit your coffee intake. You can't drink alcohol at all. There's certain vegetables, certain fruits that you can eat, certain fish that you can eat. You can't eat sushi. Like, there's a lot of things that pregnant women stay away from. This is just something that they're saying, please try not to take it unless it's medically necessary. Like, you cannot handle the pain. Try and limit, because we found a link to autism. Yeah. Right. A very simple request. And I would think that, like, if you are pregnant, you don't want to risk any harm on your child. Right. You don't want to take any risks when it comes to the living being that is growing in your belly. Like, that's what I would think. Right. Yeah. But then you have all of these TDS women, extreme leftist women that are like, Trump's not going to tell me what to do. I'm just going to take Tylenol. And I doubt they even needed it. They're just taking it so they can film themselves taking Tylenol.
Well, what they don't even realize, forget the autism thing for a second, because again, not a woman, never been pregnant, but I'm married to one that has 3 times. And I can tell you, I mean, beyond that, it's, one of the other reasons I, limit the Tylenol intake is because whatever mom takes, the baby's getting too. Yeah. So, you go too hot on Tylenol one day, hey, your liver probably filtered out. Don't do it every day, but that's the point, because the acetaminophen it's difficult for the liver to process. That's why they say that. But the baby's getting a hot dose in there too. And that baby doesn't have the filtration system to handle a lot of hard. And look, women face that. They can, normal diets for women. I mean, like half the women out there when they're pregnant at some point will be hitting the mark for gestational diabetes, because the body just shift. My wife went through it. It's like, no. I mean, it's like, you're not like you're going to be a permanent diabetic, but I mean, when you're pregnant, your body changes. Surprise. Yeah. So it's like it stops. You can't eat the same stuff, and it's like, well, you got to back off on this and this, because you're going to get. That's why they call it gestational diabetes, because it's something that's basically temporary, but it's going to have an impact on the baby too. So I mean, it's just normal stuff. But to me, it's like every time, Trump says something,
breathe, air, good.
And I mean, look, Trump gets involved in things I wish he wouldn't. Like, we'll get to this in a minute. I wish he would shut up about the Jimmy Kimmel thing. It's like, dude, look, the free market won. The more he talks about it, I think the more he muddies up the waters and gives the left more ammo. I wish he'd stop. But that being said, it's like when he says stuff like, hey, I don't even know what brought up the conversation, honestly, with Tylenol, how this even came out of Trump's mouth, but whatever. He said, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this while you're pregnant. Well, you got all the TikTok women just swallowing bottles of Tylenol now because, Trump the asshole or something. I mean, it is bizarre.
I've got a video if we want to watch one of them.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, I've seen this one. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, there's many of them like this though. Like, you can just take your pick.
Weird. Yeah.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm going to take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. It's going to work like a charm.
How many did she just put in her hand? Oh, I thought she got like a handful of them.
Oh, I talked about this on my stream. It's so funny because when you talk about Tylenol, you just say Tylenol, right? Yeah. I'm going to take Tylenol. I need a Tylenol. It is very rare that someone will say, do you have any acetaminophen? Do you have acetaminophen?
Yeah, pharmaceutical
Do you have acetaminophen? And the reason they're saying I'm taking acetaminophen, they make a point to mention acetaminophen is because when Trump was making this announcement, he wasn't able to pronounce acetaminophen. He couldn't say it. Like, he had to ask like acetaminophen. He was having trouble saying it. That's why they keep saying acetaminophen, because they're trying to make fun. Like, oh, see, I can say it. There are some women that are saying like, I'm not going to take advice from a guy who can't pronounce acetaminophen. Like, that's why they keep saying acetaminophen. And the whole time I'm thinking, do they think that Trump is like just making this up? Do they think that he's the one that did all of this research on his own? And he's just making it up and saying like, oh, look, I think I found it, myself, just me. No, there were people that did this study, that did this workup for him. He's just making the announcement. And they think, oh, no, Trump said this. No, I'm not going to take my advice from the orange man who can't even say acetaminophen. Like, it's really ridiculous that these women are doing this. They're using their babies to make a political point. They're risking their baby having autism. When they found a link, they said it could be linked to autism. I strongly advise you please limit your intake on Tylenol. And they're just like, I'm going to use my baby to make a political statement, possibly risk something, but I don't believe it, so it's fine. I don't believe it. It's coming from Trump, so it can't be true.
I mean, that's just it. What I found was a little amusing is I watched this video a little bit more closely when you just played it. I thought she was like pouring a whole handful. I think she took one.
Yeah, she took one.
One.
Yeah.
Now, typically, every dosage of Tylenol I've ever taken, it's usually like 200 milligrams or 4. I forget what it is. But you usually, when you take those things, you take 2 if you're an adult per dose. She took half the recommended dose. So either she didn't look at the bottle on the instructions, or she thought, just in case he's right, I'll only take one. I mean, it just occurred to us, like, she took one.
Yeah.
I've never taken a single tab of Tylenol. You know, it's always been like 2. Like when you take Motrin, which is, you know, the ibuprofen, which is kind of like a Tylenol alternative. That's why they say, doctor, you can take Motrin when you're pregnant because it doesn't have the same type of impact on your liver that Tylenol does, because it's an anti-inflammatory. But I mean, I've never taken a single Motrin. It's always like 2. You take 2 Advil, you take 2 Motrin, you'll take 2 Tylenol pills. I don't know. Just bringing that up. But I mean, it's like total TDS, Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We'll see, like, even if, like, let's say one of these women who made one of these videos takes Tylenol even harder, right? Throughout the remaining of her pregnancy. She's just like, you know what? If I stub my toe, taking a Tylenol. Bite my tongue, taking a Tylenol, just to spite Trump. And then her baby does come out, you know, with some level of autism. I guarantee you she will find a way to blame Trump for it, because I said this on my stream earlier.
Baby
I was
might
like,
come out with liver damage.
yeah, she's probably going to be like, you know what? If Trump was more professional, if he handled business correct, then maybe I would have taken him even more seriously and my baby would have been fine. I did this because he handled his presidency. So they would find a way to shift accountability onto Trump. Like that's how mentally deranged these people are.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.